Welcome to Shadow Daddy Groupies, a podcast where we read fantasy books. We're Raven and Kelly. Get ready for us to bring you our unhinged book recommendations and even worse taste in men.
Reload. Come in. Load. Okay, so today we're talking about Dragon Found by Sam Hall. And in this Cinderella story, where the glass slipper is a dragon egg, Pippa is chosen to be the new dragon queen and marry a prince. She is deemed unworthy by the queen and the prince and thrown into a dragon corps training with a bunch of horny dragon riders that take protecting her and her new dragon very seriously. Even after being told she's not good enough to be the queen, her four dragon riders decide otherwise. This is a reverse harem situation, and that's as far as I got.
Yeah, you requested or you suggested this last week, and you're like, I think I like this, and I was like, okay, we'll just add it to the list.
I think this is one of the things that like popped up as an ad, and I started reading it, and I liked her writing style, and so I got maybe halfway in, and I suggested it because I thought the writing was decent.
I
And
hated it.
then um and then as I started reading it, as I started getting towards the end, I was like, well, I think Raven will like this. And then you were like, I hate this. And I was like,
And
damn.
I'm not tell. I was waiting to tell you until now, so I hate that. I hated it. I didn't like it
I
at
think
all.
I need to finish the book before I suggest it. I was only about halfway through and I was like, I think she'll like this.
I
And
had to read all the way to the end to get to the good stuff, and I mean, I already predicted that happening. And what do you do when you're in a
well, it
situation
says
like that?
up front in the summary that she's gonna get together with all the dragon
You
riders.
think
So
I read the summary? I like surprises. Um, I mean, like the what is it called? Warning page.
the trigger warnings.
Yeah.
You don't read the trigger warnings.
I just look at how long the list is.
Did you like the writing? You thought it was
I
so-so?
thought the beginning, okay, it took a lot to get through this book. It was
I'm
not.
surprised. I thought it was an easy read. I didn't have to slog.
It
I
was.
didn't feel like I had to slog through it.
I was just like, and then I was like, okay, where am I at? Where am I at? And it just took a long time to. It wasn't something that like you like Silver Elite was. It was definitely not a. I was kind of like, what the fuck, Kelly? But I guess too. But then again, the grand finale, I get it, but it was not written very well.
Oh, okay. All right. You didn't like the crescendo, the last big actual
I
scene.
I will say I do like her choice of words in writing when she does like talk about things like that. I like
Hmm.
the pearl. My
Oh, I
pearl.
didn't like the pearl. I thought the pearl
What?
was weird. I was like, I don't like that.
I was
I
like,
wasn't
oh,
into
that's nice. I was like, that's finally a break.
it.
But
From Bud. Bud.
mound.
Mound.
That's a great way to make it sound pretty.
Um, okay, so uh it was a little predictable, but which I get, but I haven't read book 2 or 3 yet. I thought the tension between her and the prince is building up to being something later on.
I was like, you know what? It would be really great. What would make this ending, grand finale, even better is if the prince was involved too.
I think he's going to be in book 2 and 3.
I didn't like two of the characters, Flynn and Storm.
I don't
What was his
know.
name? Yeah, Storm or Strom. I don't know, but the other
I
guy.
Yeah, like the young guy that was into her the most.
That was Jed. I liked Jed. He was a big teddy bear
Oh,
and he was like madly in love with her and he was like a cinnamon roll.
yeah, the cinnamon roll.
I liked
I can't.
him.
I'm getting all the guys mixed up, and I don't have their names written down.
And yeah, the other guy,
Are you talking about the old one?
the old one in the beach.
Yeah, the beach guy.
I was like, yeah, that's great. What a realistically, though, the sand just isn't
Oh
there.
yeah, the sand. Yeah. I
Like,
mean, I kind of feel
what?
that way about the dirt too when people have sex in the forest. I'm like, and they're talking about her like grabbing at the dirt, and I'm like, ugh, no thank you. Put a blanket
Dirt.
down.
That's freaking. Ugh.
But yeah, sand. I mean, there was when I was thinking about the sand scene, I was like, no, that would not be comfortable. No, thank you. Sand in too
Yeah,
many places.
I like how that was written. That was very nice. And my favorite part was in the bathroom with Jed.
Mm-hmm.
That was my
Yeah.
favorite. I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah. Oh, I made notes. What am I doing, Raven?
You did.
I did not like this book so much that I made notes.
Sign that Raven didn't like your book. She takes notes.
All right, guys. What would you rate this book, Kelly?
I think I rated it a 4 stars.
Okay, well, I put a 3 to be kind. Um,
I mean,
so
yeah, I liked it. And it got an over 4 star average.
okay, well, I
I'm
guess
not
I'm
saying
just
you're wrong.
I
I'm
guess
just
I'm
saying a
just
lot of people
hard
liked
to
it.
impress. Oh, good for them. A lot of people like that other book that we read, and it was horrible. And do not say the word.
Terrible.
Yeah,
It
because
was so terrible we're not naming it.
the video I made today is fucking hilarious. Okay. Let me just say that the whole like four guy thing is not my favorite trope. I mean,
The
as
what
much as
guy?
the four guys is not,
You don't like reverse harem?
I do, but depending on how it's written. I was not,
Okay.
but
Like 4 guys at the same time is not your
oh my
thing, but four
God,
guys separately is
when
okay?
she like lifted her leg over his shoulder, it was like, what was his name?
I don't remember any of their names.
Oh my God. Can you pull up the names on your computer?
Yeah. Give me a second. You need to go lie down. Thank you.
I don't want to disrespect any of them, so
I know we are doing really bad by not remembering their names. I really should write down names before we start talking.
I think when you have big news, we should do it at the end of the show.
My news was too big to wait.
It's still pretty big. It's still pretty big. But it's okay. Continue.
Site because I can't. Oh, Ged,
Good.
Soren, Brom, and Flynn.
Okay, here we go. Soren. Yes. That was great.
Ged.
Great.
Ged is the cinnamon roll that we both like, the younger one.
Jed can get it. That bathroom scene was great. Flynn gives me the
was
creeps.
Also a younger guy who was like a noble's son, and I liked him fine. And then there was Soren and Brom, and one of them was the old guy. Which one was the old guy?
Soren.
Soren was the old guy.
Flynn gave me Dane Atos vibes.
Okay, I could see that.
I got very Danish, and especially when his dad was there, and I was just like, whatever. Yeah,
but he kind of he ended up like standing up to his dad at the end, I feel like.
I feel like the getaway was way too easy. Let's get away before everybody starts screwing from this ecstasy drink. Oh man, that's never been written
It,
before. Okay. Okay, so Brahm, we already put. All right, so that's how I feel about him, the older guy. And until like I knew he was older, but then it didn't really hit me until like it was like they were
yeah,
discussing it, and I was like, God, how old is he? Because they were like, you can be my dad or my uncle, and I'm like,
yeah, the old guy thing kind of threw me off. Like, I don't know how I feel about her, like, with an old guy. But then Soren was, I think, supposed to be in his 30s, like 35, I think is what they said at one point. So he's also a lot older than her. I think she's supposed to be, what, 22,
20.
maybe? 20? She's supposed to be 20, and this guy's supposed to be like 35. But then there's another guy, Sor Soren, that's like even older than
Soren's
that.
the old guy.
Yeah. So Brahm is like 35, which I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I mean 15 years isn't that bad. Like it's definitely an age gap. It's an age gap. But then when it came to like the guy that's supposed to be like her dad plus, could be her grandpa, I was like, I don't know about that. That's a little too much for me.
Is Sam Hall male or female?
I don't know. I actually didn't look that up. I just assumed it was a female.
Okay. Yeah, let's find that out. But
I'm gonna look it up. Let's see. Sam Hall. Oops, I clicked on the wrong thing. Go back. Sam Hall. Australian author, mostly does paranormal and fantasy romance. And it does have a website. I finally found it. I don't know why it took me so long to find it. A fourth book is coming out. Okay. All right. There is nothing about. Oh, here's the about page. Found it. I keep saying there's nothing and then I find it. Grew up in Australia
picture.
and there is a picture of a cartoon bear with some books. There is no picture of a person. Something about growing up in the 70s.
Okay, so this gentleman is
Oh, wait, wait,
obviously
wait.
putting
Nope.
sword.
She referenced herself as a queen. She says, I grew up in Australia and they swatted an insane number of hand-sized spiders. They think I'm their queen. So must be a female.
Don't say that.
Well, I mean,
But yeah, makes sense.
would a man refer to themselves as a queen?
I mean, my gay friends might call
Maybe.
themselves queen.
Yeah,
Anyways,
but not in this
okay.
context. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe. It could still be. Could be they, them.
It is what it is. It is. Okay. That's what it is, okay? It is what it is.
It is
Okay,
what it
so
is.
let me
Sam,
pick
I
up.
liked your book. If you want to come talk to me about your book on our podcast, I would talk to you about it.
I'll be there.
And Raven will be there.
Okay,
Pleasant.
listen. So let me pick apart some more things.
Okay,
Okay,
go ahead.
so I did not like the fact that they were just like fucking and stuff, and their dragons are like right there. I mean, if the dragon was more like a dog and didn't really talk to you, I could see. But the dragon's kind of conscious, and it kind of got. I was kind of like, oh no, not in front of the baby. Um, and then
Her
um,
poor eyes. Cover her eyes. Because the dragon was kind of a baby,
yeah,
but also
and
kind of horny. Like dragons are kind of horny.
okay, so the carriage ride, and then he had a debit card he whipped out to give to her, and I was like, where the fuck am I? Am I in a castle? Or am I in like a freaking Bryce suite? I would, oh man, my brain was fucking everywhere on that one. I was like, he pulled out a debit card. Great, my castle's fading away. And my biggest takeaway from this book was the hair.
Okay, go
I don't-
on.
I
I want to
do
know your opinion. I
I
do want
do
to know.
not I mean I think women that don't have hair are beautiful. I think it's great. I also think it's your choice, and I also think that some women can't grow hair, and I think that's fine too, because you're still pretty. Doesn't matter. Hair doesn't make you. Um, the way it was talked about, and then it was like, I don't know. It was like she was like, I want to be a boy.
Okay, here's my thing with the hair is that
I couldn't picture it romantically
mm,
because I'm used to
okay.
like grab my hair and
Okay, here's the thing about the hair that I liked slash didn't like. They cut off her hair. She had lice.
Mhm.
And for the first third of the book, it was kind of like we cut off your hair or someone cut off your hair and you're ugly. You look like a boy. Everyone keeps calling her a boy.
Mhm.
She's like tall and fit and now has short hair, so she looks like a boy. So the prince doesn't want her. The queen doesn't want her. They try to put her in a wig and it looks awful. And then in like the last half of the book, everyone's like, we don't, all the men are like, we don't care that you don't have hair. You still look beautiful. So I feel like it was supposed to be, I feel like they should have just, the author should have just kind of stuck with your hair doesn't matter the whole time, or your hair does matter the whole
It just
time.
was so mentioned.
It was
Like,
mentioned a lot. I've decided that I'm ugly, and now I also lost my hair. And so I'm just a tomboy, and I'm gonna just lean into that. And then all these other men are like, actually, we think you're amazing and beautiful, and we will. And she's like, nah, I'm just a tomboy. You can't, I don't believe you. You know,
I
okay.
I did not like the opening. I was like, first off, she's covered in mud. They call her Pig and Pippa
Pippa the
Pig.
pig. I know. I
Great.
was thinking, I kept in my brain saying Peppa the pig, but it's Pippa the pig.
Do you have kids, ma'am?
I do
So
not have children as of this moment. Maybe someday. I have not watched Peppa the pig, but I know who it is. Move on.
anyways, yeah, so um yeah, I just did not I didn't feel like she was I just felt like she was like really just not appealing the whole book. And if you're gonna have a reverse Harlem, I feel like you need to like book. And if you're gonna have a reverse Harlem, I feel like you need to like book. And if you're gonna have a reverse Harlem, I feel like you need to like harem.
Sorry. Harlem.
I'm gonna add here. I'm sorry. I'm gonna add that to the things on my
That should be in the blooper reel. Sorry. Okay, go on. Keep going. You feel like you should just be beautiful always or ugly always. We get it.
I mean, I picture my fantasy how I picture my fantasy. So obviously, I did not picture her. Every time they brought up her hair, I was like,
So she started off plain
she stayed
and
plain. I
well,
could,
these other women don't change. They just man comes along and makes them realize that they're amazing and beautiful.
I
That's like
mean,
a thing. That's a trope.
yeah.
Of course, now that I'm saying it out loud, I don't know if I actually like that. You should really feel beautiful in your own skin without a man telling you you're beautiful.
Yeah. Like
All the other dragon riders are like, actually, we think you're amazing and beautiful. And the prince is
that's
an
because
idiot.
they're that's because they don't haven't seen tits and freaking like
No,
three.
they made it very clear that they're seeing lots of tits.
Okay. Oh my God, when they're at the restaurant and the girls like or the bar or whatever, and the woo, I was like, man, bunch of cocks everywhere.
Oh my God, I can't wait for you to read Silver Elite because I feel like this is going to
Hey,
go
shush.
in one or two directions. And I can't wait for you to tell me what you think.
Okay. Well, okay, so now here, all right, so another part, the ball took me back to Beg the Night. I was like, oh, I literally just pictured it in the same ball that I was picturing Beg the Night. I was like, oh, I've been here before.
I've been here before. We're just doing two different books in the same room.
If it's like that, I mean, I can't help just how my brain goes. I'm not, I already got it pictured, stored forever now. So
This is all balls forever and ever.
actually no,
all
because
ballrooms.
then there's one like that's in Enchantra. There is the big ball that's in that, and it's in like this beautiful grand room. I picture that room as the same room.
Never mind. I thought I was going to sneeze. Go ahead.
Okay, so I picture that and Enchantra as the same room that Guild was in, and other books all had these balls, but they're all in the same fucking room. But they're not the ones outside because this ball was kind of reminding me of the one outside, and I just had, anyways. I went back to that location, and then there's the ending
where they decide that she is going to marry.
No, we're bringing it back up a little bit.
What?
There's the ending where she's dancing and running around with her no hair and her butt nakedness and having these men chase her, Jed chase her in the freaking the place where the stone is, the egg thing or whatever, where they went to get away from the ecstasy juice and all that shit.
Uh-huh.
I just pictured her running around. Oh, she said she's naked. They took off her clothes and she ran and ran. And then Jed grabbed her and she sliced him and sliced him again. And then he was like, I'm gonna take you now. But after I take you, they're gonna take you. And blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So they all decide, the four men decide, and then she agrees that she's going to marry one of them, but actually marry all four of them. So like on paper, she's married to one, but they're going to all five be in a relationship. And so the ending is she gets with all of them. They've decided they're going to be in a
Okay, so if I was into that and I wanted something like that, all I have to do is open up to any page in Pucking Around, any page, or capture.
I haven't read that one.
Any page, randomly open it, and you'll be like, oh, the Menacene. Oh, Menacene.
Did you like Pucking Around?
No, I hated it. I thought everyone was like, the hockey book, so hot, and I was like, all right, I'll try one, and it was one that everybody was like talking up on TikTok.
Wait, so in Pucking Around, does she get with the whole team?
Yeah.
Oh.
No. She was like five. It's like five of them, and
I haven't read it.
Like I'm gonna take you now and use you as mine, and then I'm gonna take you.
Don't you usually like that though? See, I thought that was things you like, and that's why I suggested this book.
No, I would rather.
You know what? We should list off your favorite tropes so that I know, because maybe I don't know your favorite tropes.
Maybe I don't know my favorite tropes either then. Because I thought, and also so Pucking Around, I read it and I was like, God,
because you always talk about the one with the four brothers, and so I thought that was your thing.
It's written so differently.
Okay, and what? I haven't read it.
It's Penelope Douglas's writing, I guess, but the one Credence that they were talking about, just something about the writing, and it has plot. It has plot.
There's
Damn it.
plot here.
I'm not worried about that. But that's not what we're talking
Though
about.
I feel like the plot here, I feel like falls a little short of something like Fourth Wing, where in Fourth Wing there's so many layers and so many Easter eggs, and the character development is like way better. But this is like still pretty good, and it is a little more sex forward in this one. Like if you thought there wasn't enough spice in Fourth Wing, this is like Fourth Wing where the spice is the focus. That's how I felt about it.
It's like in total like 4 pages of spice. Shower
there's like
scene, beach scene, and then the grand finale.
Wasn't there there was a scene with every single one of them?
Flynn,
then
I don't remember a scene with Flynn.
I thought there was.
Flynn was just kind of like that's why I didn't like Flynn. Something about Flynn just didn't.
Because there was like one scene where
and they even mentioned it a couple
let me
times.
count it.
Hey!
There's a scene where he teaches her how to pleasure herself.
Best scene ever.
And then there's a scene where someone pleasures her. And then
On
there's
the
a scene
beach?
where someone goes down on her.
The next one is the beach. And that's
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
I thought there was more.
No, I would know.
I feel like there's like progression before they actually get together.
No, there's a lot of grabbing all the time. Like he grabbed my waist and he put me next to me, grabbed my hip, and then he touched my back. Flynn liked to touch her back a lot. Flynn liked to touch her back a lot. I will just say, notice that one.
Okay, I think your homework needs to be to look up a list of tropes and tell me which ones you like, and then, because I think that would be fun.
Why don't we do like which ones you like as well, right?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna do the same thing.
And then we'll just list them on it, make it cute.
Yeah, like how I'm working on the book one, like your best book friend. Is it Kelly? Is it Raven? Or are you equal or whatever? We should do one with tropes too.
Okay, but we have to do like a little section for Raven for loathe. Because I gotta pick up
what?
Loathing.
Loathing? Like trope and then an X.
Like not gonna fly in a radar. Absolutely fucking not. Don't even put it on my shelf.
We should be like, if you like these tropes, if you hate these tropes, you're a Raven. If you like these tropes and you hate these tropes, you're a Kelly.
Yeah, but I think there just needs to be a little box that has my least favorite trope in it. I'm not even joking. I think that needs to be, but not. I mean, you already knew this from the get-go. But yeah, that does it for me. No, even if I know ahead of time and I know it's at the end of the book, I don't want it.
This is why you never read epilogues, because like a lot of times the author will save the pregnancy trope for the epilogue.
Yeah,
is that why?
I told you this whenever I read Fate, Ink and Blood, the second one. I was like, you were like, did you read that blog? I said, no, I don't want to know. I don't want to
know if there's a baby. Don't tell me.
Live on your farm and raise your goats. That's great.
They don't have a baby in the epilogue.
I know. I read that
because I told you. You went back and read it?
No,
after I told you?
I read it that day when I finished the book. I read it.
Okay.
And I read it with your voice in my head talking about how I don't read the epilogue. So I read it. Fucking read it. Kelly, I read it.
I read it.
Yeah, I will definitely supply a list of. You know what? I think in the middle we should have like which ones we have in common. A little diagram.
Like a Venn diagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do that.
And then the ones that we actually have in common.
You know how there's those carousels where it's like you swipe, and as you swipe you can kind of see the middle. We should make a carousel Venn diagram. I'm gonna make it happen. You don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm trying to picture it. Like
it's okay. You don't have to picture it. I'm gonna make it.
I mean,
okay. So Female main
now,
character.
are we gonna have to like swipe on multiple pages?
That's what a carousel is.
I know that, but I didn't know if you were gonna do like a video of it. Like, I mean,
No,
okay,
carousel's
so
not a video.
I feel like it should be just like one still photo instead of having to swipe through multiple. I don't mind. I mind it so friggin' much. The constant men's clothes.
She was wearing a lot of men's clothes, you mean?
That's all
You
she
don't like
always
that?
went. No.
Yeah, she felt more confident in men's clothes.
The way I pictured it though, it wasn't like I don't know. I wanted to picture like a Fourth Wing type tight leather kind of whatever, but
She was wearing kind of baggy, older, or like clothes.
I pictured her looking like a pirate. Not even joking.
I mean, I agree. I kind of pictured her the same way. Like she wasn't wearing, she wasn't very feminine.